Oh, me and Aranya got some questions for y'all.
What?
We
Ooh,
got
ooh.
we
You
got
have to give them
high
the
on.
premise.
Yes, yes. So let me set it up first. When we got high on coke today,
Yep.
yep, this is what happened. We had a thought. What would happen if a vampire bit a zombie, and also if a zombie bit a vampire? Since they're both dead creatures and they both turn you by bite. Also, is a mummy.
Wait. Just ask the first question first now.
Well, this is also it because this is also leading it. This is also the whole question. So, what if
Yes.
Uh-huh.
you add a third into that? What if you add a werewolf and then the vampire, zombie, and the werewolf bite each other? Does anything turn into anything? But if you add a fourth into that, what is a mummy?
What is it?
Is a mummy a dead creature? Is it dead? Well, we know it's
Like
dead.
a zombie?
But
Like
is
is a
it
mummy a
dead like a
zombie?
zombie, or is it dead like a vampire since it has to take the soul essence of other creatures and humans to gain its form back and get its powers?
I hate
So,
you, Twisted.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm
uh-huh.
gonna say this. And this is coming from somebody that loves y'all dearly. And I
Wait that
truly
question.
mean, hold on. I truly mean no disrespect when I'm gonna say this. The
Uh-huh.
fuck wrong with y'all?
Twist
Let
is
me
like
add
that
to
was the
that.
longest fucking question ever.
Yeah, the question sounded like it was put together by a cokehead.
Well, that's what
Like
we were thinking about
on the
today.
real cokehead, like just kind of to speed up your pulse rate.
Like, oh shit, bitch!
Uh-huh.
Don't ever just jump over here. I'm trying to take the wood down.
I
We
think
were.
if a zombie bit a vampire and a vampire bit a zombie, nothing would happen.
Because all right, so like let's stop there. Let's break this down. So given the resilience and the immortality, basically the power of a vampire, I don't think a zombie bite. I'm with Scooter. A zombie bite wouldn't do anything.
It wouldn't do
Just
anything.
just piss him off. Now
Well,
on the flip
okay,
side,
okay.
now
Another. Go
if
ahead.
the vampire were to bite the zombie, um, it begs the question: would it reanimate the flesh and basically bring it back to life?
And see, and that's where we were going because since they're both dead creatures, the zombie is just dead and rotting. The vampire is just dead and preserved.
Right.
But also the different types of zombie, because we know some are not just living dead, some are actually virals. So there are
Yeah.
viruses. So if one of the viral zombies bit a vampire, which is essentially preserved meat just walking around,
Yep.
what happens to
Hey
the
guys,
vampire?
y'all hang out here. I really gotta take a power break.
All
Okay.
right.
Uh, right. Fuck those twisted. I don't do stuff where I have to show my work. Just know I figured the shit out and go away.
Right? You gonna get what you gonna get, which is my answer that I spoke.
Right.
Look, if a zombie bites, I mean, it's alright. If a werewolf bites, if a vampire bites a
Oh,
werewolf,
twisted.
we saw what happens. We saw what happens with that in Underworld. He
If
became
a
like a hybrid
vampire.
of both.
Right. But
So that was an
if
Underworld.
But if a vampire, let's just say hypothetically, a vampire bit one of the viral zombies, which means that vampire contracts whatever that virus is, and then with the werewolf situation, like what is it?
Hmm.
But vampires don't get diseases.
Or do they?
But they do drink blood, which carry diseases.
Right,
And they
because
and they
Never seen a
technically
also
vampire get a disease.
and
that
also
virus is not a disease like a human
but
disease. They don't
but
get human diseases.
exactly. But also, if you notice, in every vampire movie where they're hidden and they go collect blood, and they don't just drink from random people, they always make sure the blood is clean. They
It's
get it
pure.
from
That's right.
blood banks,
Uh-huh.
virgins, or stuff like that. They never go for like
You get some
druggies,
sickly blood, like let me go get
sick
the cancer
people.
patients and
They
just drink them
always
down.
get pure, clean blood that they
That's
know
true.
is clean.
I
So
just think it'll make them sick. I just think they'll make them sick.
Like, you
I
think they'll
think, I
just
think,
shit
okay,
blood?
okay, wait. If a zombie bites if a vampire bites an infected individual, I just think they
mhm.
just get sick, and it's just more of probably a long fucking sickness because they don't have, I guess, active immune system. They probably
Uh-huh.
just stay sick for a minute, and they just don't want that long ass sickness.
But, okay, in all fairness, I'm a human being. If a viral zombie bites me, that virus takes over my system,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So if a vampire who does have blood
And there
eats,
you go. And there's another. Twisted brings up the question that we had. Vampires bite for blood. So if they bite a zombie which is dead and rotting and has no coursing blood because the blood is coagulated, what happens?
you know what I
I don't
said
think
earlier?
nothing. I think it's
I,
like sipping from a straw with nothing in the cup.
I said it was like if you remember the old school thermometers, you bit the tip off and the mercury get in your mouth and you're like, ah! I feel like that's how it would be. Because
Or it'll probably be like when you trying to suck a thick ass milkshake
ugh.
and nothing coming out. You try to.
But in actuality, let's be fair here, okay? There are some vampires that siphon through their fangs. But there
Mm-hmm.
are other vampires that rip out like the throat and just be like, so if you just got a mouthful of rotten apple, like it's not a siphon, like you wouldn't be able to, I can't suck this. If I just ripped out your throat, like I'm finna eat you, gross, you're gross. Like, what would happen? And we are not joking. This is a conversation we had today in the car.
Twisted said so. A zombie's blood is like a McFlurry from Sonic. It's thicker than a Snicker.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. But if I'm ripping out your throat versus just trying to suck from those two little holes, then I'm gonna get a mouthful of your McFlurry.
Okay,
Like,
this is
Phrasing.
wait. This is the even bigger question. In what situation would a vampire ever bite a zombie?
if there wasn't a zombie apocalypse and there weren't any more humans that they could find to feast on, they got to
Exactly.
feast on something.
Yeah, what's going to happen then? Do they just die out from starvation? Or do they
Because I mean,
adapt?
I'm fat, so I'd probably be like, that zombie looking right.
They're like, you
And I
moving
mean,
kind
I
of
feel like
slow.
it's like, just imagine if you holding your breath, right? And then somebody farted and you didn't know they farted. And then you're like, you take a big breath. If you're hungry, a lot of those vampires, especially the more angry ones and the Nosferatus, they just rip everything and just start eating crazy. So it's not like I'm gonna taste a little bit and be like, oh, that's good. Let me get it.
Okay,
No,
another
it's like,
question.
Uh-huh.
Another question. Did any of y'all Google this to see what popped
Nope.
up?
Nope.
we were in the car.
We were in the
having our
car.
coke
I was
high.
driving. We were high on coke, and we were just going. That was it.
Okay. For the sake of Twitch and us not getting banned,
Twisted
can y'all please
said
not say y'all was high on coke?
Okay,
Coca-Cola.
first of all,
It was
yeah, we got
Coca-Cola.
Cokes from Whataburger, and I have not had a carbonated beverage since before I went to the doctor last, like my pulmonologist visit. I gave up all soda, all fizzy, everything. I only drink water now. So my doctor told me yesterday, she was like, have a Coke or something, and I was like, So today, Bad Influence boss, that's your new name, was like, we could go get some Cokes. And I was like, So I took like 2 swigs and he drank like half his and I'm like wired. I'm like, it is. So we started having this conversation in the car and we were like, whoa, but what is a mommy a zombie though?
Yeah,
And
and
it
like
just
exactly.
escalated.
And going back to the mummy portion, I posed the question: is a mummy basically a energy vampire because it's dead, but it has to take the energy or soul
Yep.
from
Yep.
living humans to regain its form and keep going?
That is
Because
facts.
otherwise, it just stays in place. So,
Yep.
boom.
Or is the mummy a zombie?
Right?
And he
Okay,
just
can I hit y'all with what the internet has been saying?
Okay.
sure
It basically was kind of saying
twisted.
that the vampire would die because because the blood is poisonous.
The oop, oop,
Ah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ow, meow, meow. Ow, meow, 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 meow,
Or what's that? What's like the radio be doing that? The air horns. Meow, 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 meow.
meow. And we didn't want to look it up at all because we wanted to talk about it on stream. Like we decided
Yep,
we weren't going to
yep.
go any further into it. We
Like
were like,
we
okay, we're going
left
to
it
talk
at
about it
the
on stream.
general question that we had
Yeah.
posed at the beginning. Like, what happens if a zombie bit a vampire and a vampire bit a zombie? And then you threw a werewolf in there, and what the heck is a mummy?
Twisted. Yeah, we just left it and we were like, okay, we're gonna bring this to the chat because I mean it's fun. It's a good thing. I still don't hear an answer about the mummy though.
Right? Like,
The mummy is um. I will equate the mummy more to a vampire than a zombie.
okay.
I mean, because mummies normally are cursed.
Only because I'm going off of Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. He needed humans to regain human form, like how vampires need human blood to stay alive. So he needs humans to become whole.
But that's why he said an energy zombie because they don't drink the blood. Even if you go back as far as
I wouldn't
monsters.
say a zombie because
Twister said, I hope a big fucking monster shows up in this cave and kills you all right
I
now.
wouldn't say a mummy only. I mean, I wouldn't say a zombie only because in every mummy movie I've seen, the mummies were very aware of what they were doing.
But a lot of mummy movies, the mummies.
Let me. Zombies' only goal is to just eat brains. Usually, the mummies wants to be whole again.
That's some zombies.
Yeah, some zombies.
Some zombies have a goal in mind too.
Okay, like what?
Well, like the Walking Dead zombies, they don't just go for brains; they eat every part.
Well, I'm just saying, like, hey, we got a Ursula down here.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at her. I've been watching her.
I mean, I get that, but I'm just saying the prime directive of a zombie is to just feast on something living.
Correct.
The prime directive of a mummy is usually to become whole again because of a curse. Mummies aren't mindless in a sense.
All right, I'm back. Somebody got to fire some food because I'm about to die over here.
Well, there's no fire because we're in water.
Okay.
Do you want to go kill this Ursula?
Yeah, let's go.
Mummies aren't usually mindless. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but some of them, I see if you can make a fire right here. It's not that. A lot of the mummy movies.
Babies, we got babies.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm gonna stand up here.
Oh, we got regulars.
We got regulars. Okay, I see the Ursula.
I ain't got no stamina. I guess I'm starving.
I don't have anything cooked.
Dead. Oh crap! Something came.
I got one leg and that's it.
I got a snack, Dirk. I can give you. Let me finish fighting this dude who's evading us.
A fucking rock climber.
That minute's jump. We got a two.
Where you at, sir? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. All right, I got it. Thank you, sir. That saved my life.
Yeah. All right, now there's Ursula.
Okay, y'all. On the conversation we were having, I'm gonna add some thoughts to it, some things I thought about. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
start from the beginning. So the zombie is essentially a soulless, dumb husk that's rotting. It's
Mm-hmm.
been reanimated either by a biohazard or by magic. But in either case, it's a soulless husk, no memory, it's not even self-aware, it's just driven by a base instinct, which is to eat. That's it. Okay. Now, with a vampire, I wouldn't say it's undead that's preserved. I would give that classification to
That's
a
true.
mummy. Because a mummy actually was preserved. When the person died, they preserved it. That's the whole basis of
Dirk, are you
mummification.
eating? There's some legs
Uh,
over here.
Oh, thank you. So, a vampire, now, when we say they're undead, it depends upon the source, I would say, who's speaking about the vampire, the author, the myth, whatever. So, like, for instance, Anne Rice's vampires have blood in their veins, but they're cold to the touch, as evidenced in Queen of the Damned when the lady said that Lesette's hand was cold, and he said like death. In Twilight, they have like no vital signs, no blood in their veins. They just there. So their version of undead, I would say, is just against nature. It's two things: either they have no vital signs, which will make them undead, or the fact that they just operate outside the laws of nature. You should be dead. You should not be here. You are against nature. So one of those two things. But vampires have a magic, mystic quality about them. So if a vampire, also the issue of turning, some vampires turn others by bite, but some are not turned unless they ingest the blood.
Come on, wait.
Huh? What?
Every time I try to move closer to the fire, boss keeps moving. Move.
I hate Blade Twisted.
Okay, so
Wait, you what?
either it's by bite they change something.
Wait, what did you just say, Ryan?
She just told Twisted she hated Blade.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So
Last
or
thing.
they have to ingest the blood. So here's the deal. If a
Not all
vampire,
zombies are soulless, though.
which ones are sentient?
What
Have you
is it?
seen Warm Bodies?
Exactly. Warm bodies. Oh,
Are we gonna really consider that one example? Considering that was only just one
No,
movie?
the show
Nope,
that I watched
nope.
that I was telling y'all about, where the
Day of the
zombies were
Dead.
like,
Zombies?
Day of the Dead by George
Zombie?
Romero, the father of zombies.
and not iZombie. That show that I was telling y'all I
Oh,
watched, where
oh,
the zombies had to be
Z-Nation?
reintroduced.
Z-Nation?
No, that had to be reintroduced into society because they were able to save that part of the brain because they weren't lifeless, they weren't soulless zombies. They were able
What show was
to.
that?
I told y'all about it. It's a British show. Bless
Yep.
you. And they had feelings. All those zombies actually return back to their homes.
See, this the
like
thing,
once
though.
they're infected.
Okay. The problem with the question, in my opinion, they're not bad questions, is that we need to use the base definition of each thing. What the hell? What the
I'm
hell?
sorry, I was getting that deep. I didn't know I was gonna stab you.
Because since the inception of zombies, yes, there have been many splinter things of, oh, these zombies can think. But when zombies originally came out, they were mindless brains, whatever.
There you go.
Same thing with vampires.
Santa Clarita Diet.
That is true too. But that's the
Did
thing.
you
We're saying
actually see what I said?
Well,
no,
no.
but that's
I
the thing.
said
We're talking
the
about in
original
general.
concept.
Yes.
Yeah, but originally concept of
Y'all didn't let
vampires
me.
is different
Y'all
too.
didn't let me. Y'all didn't let me
Go
get
ahead.
my thought out.
Go ahead.
Y'all
Go
cut me
ahead.
off.
Go ahead.
The issue with the question is it is 2021. We've had many definitions of vampires. We've had many definitions of zombies.
Okay.
That's what makes That's what makes this conversation difficult, because if we're using original vampires, original zombies, but we're using all these examples that has been in media since.
I get what Scooter's saying. Basically, it's too many variants.
Okay.
There's too many variants.
What make the question easier is, like you said, the very base. So the very base of the two, zombies and vampires. The base zombie is a mindless, soulless, rotting husk, driven only by a primal instinct to eat. The vampire, the base vampire, turns people by biting them. It's a mystic creature and turns people by biting them. But as far as whether they have what makes them undead, honestly don't know what the first base was. If the base vampire has no vital signs, or it's the fact that maybe they died and rose again. Like, you know, I don't know what makes them undead. But the base, as far as like how they turn, is to bite something.
Hey, I got soldiers over here where I'm at.
If we go just by the base, if a vampire were to bite a zombie, maybe it could reanimate it, or like reanimate, like in action. Because remember, the vampire is a magic creature, and maybe it would reanimate the flesh, maybe restore the body. Can't say it would turn him into a vampire. It probably would completely heal them. Or, and this could be a choice of the vampire, it would make them sentient, they would just be a fool.
That's what I'm thinking, because I don't think it would heal them, because there's nothing about a vampire bite, like when it's feeding on something, that's going to heal it. Normally, if you're going to heal, and we're not talking about like Nosferatu, because Nosferatu is a base vampire. Stay with me, boss. Come on. You like black and white shit. Nosferatu was I don't give a fuck about you. I'm going to bite and tear your fucking throat out.
Right.
There's different classes of vampire originally.
Exactly. So, like the base vampire is Dracula, written by Bram Stoker in the 1800s. The base zombie, if we're not talking about the, we'll say the voodoo ones. We'll say like the ones that are like reanimated corpses. So we're talking about George Romero's Dawn of the Dead zombies.
Wait, hold up. Hey, Zerk, Twisted asked you a question, Zerk.
Oh, when he's playing Monster Hunter World again.
When I'm going to stream it again, I don't know, man. So I guess I could probably do something next week, sometime. Maybe Monday night.
While we on stream, let y'all know, I'm probably not going to be available none next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, anybody got a leg or arm?
It's WrestleMania week, and I'm like,
no, I have nothing.
I got you.
I didn't even take anything from.
They go arm right there.
I appreciate it.
Most likely, I won't be on stream next Saturday, but most likely probably next Friday either. So if y'all don't hear from me, just know I'm watching wrestling at some point.
Oh no, Twisted's excited about WrestleMania.
Because that's why I mentioned it, because I know Twisted. Hey, Twisted, we did release a new episode today. If you didn't see it yet, but yeah. So next week, yeah.
God dang, free birds got me gassy.
Oh no! You want to share on the stream?
Man, pinto beans in there, man.
Oh, this leg right here. All right, we need to leave this cave because the hunger.
Right here, follow me. Come to me.
Let me eat my leg. Let me eat my leg right quick. Oh, but my bad, Zerk, and y'all can finish y'all's point.
But yeah, so.
Oh, that's what's up, Twisted.
But so like the base zombie, we're talking the grandfather, the godfather, George Romero, with Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and Night of the Living Dead. And so those zombies, like in the second sequel, Day of the Dead, when they were in that underground bunker with the military, and the scientists taught that zombie to remember who it was when it was alive. and how he was a soldier, and that zombie started picking up a gun and started shooting people. So,
We got to move fast, people. Where's the way out of here?
oh yeah, just follow me.
But
And
how
so,
often does that
I got like half a
situation
tank.
happen though?
but
No,
yeah,
we talking about base.
yeah, we're talking about base. So they're not just mindless husks,
But
for eating.
But no. How many zombies were remembered?
Basically, it just takes time. The longer they're zombies, eventually they'll remember.
But where y'all going?
I'm following boss.
Oh, we're going just up. Okay, I'm about to say. But how long though?
Just depends. It's shorter for some and longer for others. Because it happened again with the one with the black zombie that was the mechanic.
Yeah.
And his took a lot. His was a lot shorter. His remembering happened a lot shorter.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a fire so we don't freeze to death.
And there's a tent we can sleep. I think I got some. Hold on. Here we go.
Some sticks. Sticks.
No,
Here we go.
we got pills if people need pills.
Yeah, I got me a bow and some arrows.
Oh yeah, recurve bow.
Get
Wait,
these
where is
drugs.
it? I ain't seen the bow.
Right here on top of this box.
Oh, there it is.
But
I didn't
I
see the
will
bow.
say though, by discussing and adding in the variants, it makes the conversation interesting because it brings about a lot of what ifs.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the whole point. That's what we were getting at.
Because
It
Yeah.
makes it very interesting.
Now, when it comes to ghouls, now a bite may not do it, but a little bit of blood may do it. Because in Vampire in Brooklyn, that's how Eddie Murphy turned Kadeem Hardison into a ghoul. Just made him drink a little bit of his blood, just like a drop, and turned him into a ghoul. I mean, he was, I guess, immortal, but he was starting to rot like a zombie. He was falling to pieces.
That he was.
He was looking bad.
So, I mean, would if a vampire gave a zombie a little blood, would that turn him into a ghoul?
And you know what? This goes back to how I was saying how, the vampire is a mystic creature. So it could be whatever they want to do. It may not be a situation where it's just a luck of the draw. Like, maybe there'll be a ghoul, maybe it'll heal them. It could be like, vampire will be like, okay, what do I want to do today? If I not, the creature would know.
Did y'all see post this?
What did he say?
Vampires and zombies are cousins, and if you don't have to fuck with your cousins, it's a no-no. Twisted has spoken. Oh man,
Okay,
can't stand
I'm gonna say this. I personally think in any situation, if a vampire bites a zombie, the vampire is gonna get sick because it's dead blood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's if it does still have blood in it, yes, because I know in Interview with a Vampire.
Yes, right. If it does have blood in it, yes.
They can't take, when they're feeding, they can't take the last drop because then they'll take that person's death into them. That's one of the lessons that now I know that in Interview with a Vampire, that was mentioned that they couldn't drink dead blood because that made Lestat sick. That's how they tried to kill him the first time. Now, Queen of the Damned, when Marius was teaching Lestat about being a vampire, when Lestat was feeding, Marius told him, when you're feeding, don't take the last drop because you'll take their death into you. So I say all that to say that Scooter got a point that may kill him. Drinking.
Now, if a zombie bites a vampire, I think in any situation, personally, I think the vampire would just be sick as hell. So I think regardless, the vampire get fucked regardless.
Mm-hmm.
They'll either be sick from biting a zombie, or the zombie will make them sick. I don't think it'll ever be a zombie vampire or a whatever. Because they're both dead.
A zombie.
A
I just think,
zombie?
I just think,
A
I just think in any
zombier.
situation, I just think in any
In your
situation, the vampire is fucked.
head. In
But like
your
I said, with the werewolf
head.
variant, I think we've seen zombie werewolves, and we've seen,
Underworld.
like I said, thanks to Underworld, we've seen vampire and werewolf mix.
But
But
then there's
I'm
also
pretty sure
the
I played
Van
a video
Helsing.
game, huh?
Then there's also Van Helsing, and how they're just
Oh,
mortal
isn't
enemies,
he?
and one can't be killed unless it's with a werewolf, and how a werewolf can only be killed by a vampire.
Where we going, y'all?
So
Oh, we're leaving.
Following boss.
yeah, so I think in any situation, like I said, I feel like I fought some zombie werewolves before and something. I don't know what. I feel like it has happened in some form or fashion.
You're cold.
But
Now, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Scooter.
I was just saying, but I just think the worst one in this whole situation will be a zombie. I mean, will be a vampire, because if a vampire bites a zombie, that zombie gonna be sitting there like, the fuck is happening to me right now? Like, why are you doing this?
Now, Underworld brought
Burn blade.
interesting
Do
variants
not burn Blade. Burn Blade was amazing. Okay.
to the werewolf idea, because the first werewolf, William, was all wolf. The human part was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all you had was an anthropomorphic wolf.
Yep.
That's it. The man was gone. And you saw how the virus was spreading. When people were attacked and survived, they just turned into big anthropomorphic animals. That's it. But then Lucian was born. And now you have it to where they can revert back to human form, and when they're in wolf form, they are still self-aware.
We got
human's
action.
still there.
Yeah, we do. And we can eat from these boys' teeth. We can feast. We can have a feast, guys. We're gonna have some arms and some legs tonight.
Oh, that boy glitched.
Yeah, he did.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and get the barbecue ready.
And then the underworld werewolves evolve to where they can change at will. Because at first they couldn't, had to be a moon.
Hey, I did my part, Twisted. I donated 4 hours last weekend to watching it, and I was happy with it. Taught me a lot. Answered all my questions.
Do you still have more questions? You got it all at your system.
No, remember I asked y'all a whole bunch of questions.
No, I'm saying making sure you ain't had no more sense.
No, it was good to go. All the other questions that I had, I harassed boss today with them.
Hey, Twisted, I
About
think
Star,
I want
but
to
it
try learning how to use a hunting horn. Try a hunting horn build.
Cause I don't know if boss might not have gave you the, you know what I'm saying. I know how boss is towards DC at times.
No, it was more Teen Titans kind of questions. It wasn't really.
Oh,
Yeah, because I watched some other stuff, and I've been watching Titans, and
is it worth watching?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it because it's very adult. There's killing and there's like blood. And
What is this?
Titans. It's not like
Yeah,
Teen Titans.
Yeah, they spun them off in the comic books as the Titans now.
I was down when I saw that Starfire was black. I was like, say what now? Yep, I'm in. And I was telling.
Well, I don't know if you know, but whatchamacallit took over the Teen Titans in the comic books. Damian Wayne.
I ate that. Sorry.
Yeah, you did just pick my.
It's nasty in this cave. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look like a bunch of chopped liver all
We're
over
all
the place.
coming out of here sick. Like
Kidneys. Like, when you go to the store, you see like packaged kidneys in the meat section. That's what this stuff looks
you can
like.
be infected into a zombie. You can definitely be, because there is a movie called Infected, and it is really good. I enjoy that movie.
So to kind of wrap up this conversation, where did y'all two fall with the argument, or with the
There was no argument. We
Well,
just
there was
came
no
up with the
argument.
question.
We just came up with the
not
question, yeah.
argument, but where did y'all fall with it?
My reasoning is it depends entirely on the variant you're looking at, because there's different variants of vampire, different variants of zombie. Now you could just mix and match them, and like whichever one bites the other, blah blah blah, something's gonna happen. But most
Look
of
what
the time,
Twisted said.
most of the time, the zombie biting a vampire, I believe the vampire is going to get fucked up from the bad, basically blood that is pulling out of the zombie.
All right,
No
let's go.
matter which variant.
We got any more body parts around here we done chopped up? Oh, wait a minute, never mind. Because I think I got extra. Hang on, y'all. Let me put another leg on here. With,
Oh, I do have a leg. Oh shit!
you know, so I can max out my stomach meter.
I didn't know I
It's
had
not
to
my fault, Twisted.
It is your fault.
He trying to
So,
say y'all was
what was your
like
conclusion?
I agree. Like, I think the vampire would be ill. I don't think that it would reanimate a zombie per se, but you know, I read a lot of, well, I used to read a lot of books, especially when it came to vampires and vampirism and different like they have different groups of vampires, and those vampires are different in different ways. Like the Nosferatu, if a Nosferatu bites you, you instantly become a Nosferatu. So you lose your hair, you're bald, you got two gross bangs.
You become basically like a descent looking creature.
Yeah, you're gross, you know, and those vampires are totally different. But
hey,
they do
got
have
here.
they do have some
Sandy.
groups. Did I miss something? Am I gone? They do have different groups of vampires that are just completely ravenous. They have some vampires that are, you know, more beautiful. They're, you know, they have different things. So I am the type of person, I don't like saying like, okay, let's forget that we landed on the moon and pretend like we didn't. You know, nowadays, like, oh yeah, we're going to forget that part and skip this. I'm looking at everything, you know, because that's just me and that's who I am, and I won't be judged for it. So for me, I do believe the vampire will be sick, and probably end up ripping the throat out of a zombie, because like I said, if it was a situation where they had to bite a zombie because it was an apocalypse.
We're getting out. This is a dead end though. Because I lost all my map data when I died, so my map is now blank.
Oh, that's fucked up. So you just gazing at a piece of paper with a smiley face on it.
Yep.
That's so yeah, that's the way. I mean, as far as a zombie biting a vampire,
Hey y'all, we really going